Hello everybody, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today I am going to be doing a shout out video. These videos have been going around and some wonderful booktubers have shouted me out recently, and I do want to share the love. I follow a lot of channels and it's going to be hard to mention everybody. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to mention a few today, and then I'll do some follow-up videos later on shouting out some others, or maybe I'll start incorporating that into my Friday reads. I had to sort of think. Like I said, I follow so many channels and I'm a fan of so many of you that it's hard to just pick out a few at a time. It's going to take a while to get through everybody. So today I have just a few people that I want to start by mentioning. These are people that have under 500 subscribers, so I thought that I'd start with those, the smallest of the channels, so that you could become aware of them and maybe check them out and see if you want to subscribe. These individuals that I'm going to be mentioning are wonderful, wonderful people, people that I have watched for a long time or I've become friends with, and it's just, I think they're wonderful overall. But let me tell you about them. So the first two that I'm going to mention, you've heard me mention several times in my videos because I've done several buddy reads with them. But the first one is Candace over at Beacon Hill Books. I absolutely adore Candace. I think she is one of the nicest people out there. She has such a calming sort of demeanor, and she reads a variety of books. I would say her go-to kind of book is a history, whether it be historical fiction or historical nonfiction. She is absolutely a wonderful booktuber, a wonderful human being. She speaks very eloquently about the books that she reads, and I've been following her for such a long time. I've done buddy reads with her, and I just adore her to pieces. So I definitely would check her out if you haven't already, because she's absolutely wonderful. The next booktuber that I want to shout out is Cheryl of CR Flames Fan, who you've also may have heard me mention. I've done several buddy reads with her as well. Cheryl is Canadian and a big hockey fan, and she absolutely reads a wide variety of books. I would say that her go-to books are either history, whether it's nonfiction or fiction, or mysteries. She absolutely loves mysteries. So I have done several buddy reads with her. And there's also other kinds of books mixed in. With these two booktubers, they also read some fantasy and other things, but their go-to is history and mystery. And I just adore Cheryl as well. I think she is also one of the nicest people on Booktube, and I'm so thankful that I found her. I think I've been following her since the beginning, since she started her channel, and I found her through Sue's Book Nook, and it was just, I'm just so thankful that I found these two booktubers. The next shout out, or the next person that I want to shout out, is Jen of Jennifer Louise. Jen is also a great person. You're going to hear me say that about all these people because I think they are. Jen reads a wide variety of books as well. She reads some YA, some literary fiction. I really enjoy watching her channel. I've gotten some great book ideas from her. I think that she's absolutely wonderful, and she shouted me out. Thank you so much, Jen, for shouting me out, and thank you, Candace, also. I often chat with Jen in the comments, and I think she's just a wonderful person overall, and I really hope you check her out as well. She's a wonderful, wonderful booktuber. The next one that I want to shout out is Katie of Read or Rot. Katie's channel I found not too long ago. Maybe I've been following her for maybe 3 or 4 months. And I absolutely adore her channel. Katie does a lot of book reviews with a spin on it. She does a lot of these bookmark type reviews where she'll review a book and she'll talk about the book. She'll talk about the world building and the character development, and she'll really get, deeply into the nitty gritty of the book while also doing a sort of abstract type painting or coloring. In essence, it's just doing some creative piece that comes to her while she's reviewing the book. And she calls it a bookmark review. I am mesmerized by these reviews. I think that it's absolutely wonderful. It's a creative spin on just talking to the camera. And I really envy her creative ability. I don't think she plans them out in beforehand. I think she just, kind of goes where the painting takes her. And I think it's just wonderful. I absolutely love those types of reviews, and I always look out for her videos. She also does some discussion type videos, or I should say more of a chatty type video. And yeah, I think she's a wonderful booktuber, and I have been watching her for quite some time. The next booktuber that I want to shout out is Carrie Anne from Woman vs. Books. Carrie Anne has the best accent, and I absolutely adore listening to her, but I also think she's a wonderful, wonderful person and booktuber. She also reads a variety of books, and I first knew of Carrie Anne, or I first started to watch her channel, and I found her through the Read Around the World's book club that is hosted by Mel over at Mel's Bookland Adventures. And Carrie Anne has been a part of it. So I have followed her since then, and I absolutely adore her. She reads a lot of mysteries as well and literary fiction, and she's one where the books that she reads are ones that I may not have heard of before, and it always gives me good ideas of what to read next. I feel like all of these booktubers influence my reading quite a bit, and that's why I love them. The next one that I want to shout out is Lisa over at Lycan Books. Lisa is one that I've done a buddy read with as well. Lisa reads she reads a little bit of fantasy, but she reads a lot of literary fiction, especially translated works. That is her strong suit. And I absolutely love watching her videos. I think she's such a nice, good person. And I've also had some really good discussions with her in the comments. And Lisa was the first person that I ever buddy read a book with. And I think she's absolutely phenomenal. And definitely check her out. She reads a lot of translated works, like I said. So it's a good place to learn about books, at least for me, that I wouldn't have known about otherwise. The next booktuber that I'm going to mention is a booktuber that I found recently, only the last couple of weeks. And it's a booktuber that I found through some of these shout out videos. But even though I've only been following him for a couple of weeks, I have come to really enjoy his videos. And that is Shawn of On the Stoop. Shawn is very witty, and I think that's why I love his videos. He makes these jokes that are so funny, but he just throws them in the midst of conversation and just, says it with a straight face. It is a dry sense of humor. He just makes me laugh, and I just find him, a wonderful, wonderful personality. And I just had to shout him out because I think that it's just, I think he's going to be one that I will be watching for a long, long time, as long as he's making videos. The next person that I want to shout out is Emily over at Emily Boone. Emily is a wonderful person. I've been following her for, I think, since close to the beginning of when I started my channel, which is almost 2 years now. And Emily reads a lot. She does a lot of book type videos, but her channel has expanded. And now she does a lot of, she mixes it up a bit. She does a lot of music videos, you know, top 5 in a specific, you know, genre of music. She does movie videos, you know, favorites and things like that. And all of her videos are sort of themed. And she also, of course, does book videos. I really love Emily. I just think she's a great person. She's just a nice person. I think we have a lot in common in terms of just people, as well as, from what I know of her, as well as reading tastes, and that's how I originally found her. But I do enjoy her other videos. I watch her videos on movies and music, and she usually posts, you know, every week. The next person that I want to shout out is Jessica over at Jessica King. Jessica is more of a vlogger. She does a lot of videos vlogging either what she's reading, or she does other vlogging videos just following her life. I absolutely adore Jessica. I think she's such a great person. She reads a wide variety of books as well, and Jessica reads romance, nonfiction, fantasy. I think that she's just a wonderful person, and I really enjoy her videos where she vlogs with her husband. It's just a fun, I think her videos are just a fun experience. And I just want to mention 2 other booktubers. They've taken a little bit of a hiatus, but I hope they're coming back. But the first one is Lisa over at Brand New Book Smell. I love Lisa. I met her, or I should say I didn't meet her. I started following her maybe a few months ago. I mean, it hasn't been too long, and she reads a lot of different types of books too, but we sort of bonded over our love of the Prodigy series, and that is the Elizabeth Bathory series that I read last year. And I just think she's just a nice, kind person, and she also has one of those voices that is just, you know, nice to listen to. And the second one that I want to mention is Becky over at Becky Ford. Becky, I've been watching since also the beginning of when I started my channel. She reads a lot of literary fiction. She follows the Man Booker long list and short list, and she reads a lot of those. And she also has a deep love for Daphne du Maurier. I really, it pushed me, her channel was the reason that pushed me really to read Rebecca. Rebecca was a classic that I hadn't read before. And then Books and Jams was doing a read along with Rebecca. It sort of coincided, and it was the perfect time. And then I was so happy that I finally read it, because I absolutely adored that book, adored the movie, and it was really due to Becky's channel that I read that book. So that is it for today. Like I said, I'm going to have to do some other follow-up videos going forward, shouting out people, because I follow so many channels, I just couldn't shout out everybody. And there are some other small channels that I want to shout out in the future. And also I want to shout out channels that have between 500 and 1,000 subscribers. And although they're bigger, I think they deserve the shout out nonetheless. So I hope to do that very, very soon. And that is all I have for you. I hope you check out some of these channels. I found so many good booktubers because of these types of videos. And I will see you all next time. Bye.